Hi, I'm Julian. I'm a white non-binary person with reddish long hair. I'm wearing a pineapple print, black and brown and tan button shirt and a black tattoo choker.
And my name is Keiko, or Kay. I'm a black non-binary person. I have hot pink and partially neon green locks, and I'm wearing a blue button down with cute little mushrooms all over it. And I have asymmetrical glasses that are half square and half circle. My pronouns are they, them.
Same. My pronouns are also they, them. We're Sad Clown Club.
Ta-da.
So yeah, we basically Sad Clown Club, if you're not aware, is we run a little shop together where we basically make mobility aid accessories and then also like other keychains and jewelry and basically whatever art is striking our fancy at the time, with mobility aid fashion at the forefront of what we want to be doing. We started in 2020, maybe. Yeah, I think like our site officially launched on Halloween 2020, and we actually got our start at that Sad Fair in 2020. That year's Sad Fair. That's like how we started doing all of this, and then we kind of launched our whole situation. So Sad Fair really means a lot to us. We love this event and we love being a part of it all these past 3 years, and we meet so many cool people and see so much cool art. Yeah, so that's basically what we do. And we both use canes and forearm crutches and rollators and wheelchairs, sort of just depending on the day and what's up with us.
Yeah, so that is where a lot of our decorating efforts have been focused, simply because that's what we have on hand to work with, and it's always easier to work on something that you physically have.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also like we take custom orders, if you guys didn't know, but it's easiest for us to make sort of smaller things without it being customized for specifically what you have going on. So that's why a lot of the stuff that's in our shop is like wrist straps for canes or like dangles that you can clip to things. But if you ever have an idea for something that you want us to bring to life, we can do that for you.
Please tell us. And yeah, we will be reading the chat. Thank you so much, neurodivergent netizen. I totally understand. I love to type over talk any day. And yeah, I'll read messages out loud as they crop up. All good, everybody.
All good.
We'll be in the chat. So yes, we thought we would kick things off with showing you some of the mobility aids that we have already worked on, done our own customizations, and made our own accessories for. Most of these are our personal mobility aids that we use. So right here, I have my little pink cane. Oh, a 2-camera view here. It is short and pink because I am short and pink. And it's got a gray handle at the moment that I will probably cover with something in the future to make it cuter. Maybe black, maybe pink. I have one of our acrylic chain wrist straps attached to it. This one's on an elastic loop because there was not already somewhere to anchor a wrist strap on this stick. And on it, on the little ring, the split ring that comes on the wrist strap, I have a little keychain I made. It says clown in letter beads, and it's got a little rainbow acrylic chain section and some little neon hearts, because I like neon rainbows. currently on it as well, we have the always famous, I suppose, talk shit, get hit candy stack. I have a little glow in the dark rainbow single and a little pastel single. It says tired in letter beads. And this one is made with much smaller beads because this stick is pretty thin.
That stick is one that we spray painted. And it is, I think it's metal, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a metal one. We used this sort of baby pink spray paint on it and sealed it up with like a satin clear sealant, which is how we have customized a good few canes and forearm crutches, is spray painting them, which will lead me into this bad boy. This one is mine. It is a purple cane with a white triangle print on it. Some of the triangles are filled in and some of them are hollow. It's got a black, the angles on this, it's got a black squishy handle that is made from grit tape. Is that what it's called? For like bike handles? It's like you put it on handlebars for bicycles, but I just like wrapped it around the wooden handle and then use electrical tape to like seal the ends down. And this is like my favorite way to add cushion to a handle because it's not like super bulky, but it is, it adds some like cushion, and it also is like meant for bicycling, so your hand doesn't really get like sweaty from holding it or anything like that. Like it's nice and squishy, but also breathable. And then on it, I have this purple and black acrylic chain wrist strap and a little dangle that is, it's got a couple iridescent hearts and some purple beads and a transparent drop crystal. And I also have this glow in the dark purple and white striped woven stick cuff. And yeah, this is one that we spray painted and sealed, and then I added the cushion to the handle. And the white part I did with like a acrylic paint marker, a white acrylic paint marker. We use Posca pens typically for that sort of thing. Ooh.
So someone asked, can you repeat what tape it is? And I think that it's usually just called handlebar tape. Yeah, we found ours on Amazon. There's probably bike supply shops you could get it from as well.
And I think it even like comes in other colors. I just knew I wanted a black handle because I had a black tip. So yeah, and then it was electrical tape on the ends to like seal it down. And then another method that we use to customize sticks is we use hoop tape, which this is an example of a stick that we used hoop tape on, which is like for hula hoops. You wrap hula hoops in it. And it is black holographic. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it kind of does like rainbow diagonal pixelated sort of lines through it. And I also have a lesbian flag stick cuff on here and this little single stick cuff that has purple star and heart beads and white pony beads and little like plastic pearls. And this is something that is easier to do on a stick that is, or not necessarily easier to do, but sort of more long lasting on a stick that is not collapsible. Because when you want to keep that collapsibility, you want to keep the sections separate. And when there are more ends for tape to come up, like it'll start to peel faster, which we still do it on these kinds of sticks because it's cool. And we will typically just like these black bands that are around the ends of each section is again like me using electrical tape to sort of seal those ends down and replacing that as needed instead of letting the hoop tape peel away. And this comes in like a lot of different colors and finishes, like all different types of holographic or not holographic. There's a lot of options out there. I think we got these off Etsy.
Yeah.
And this was just like a drugstore drive cane. We like these because they have the squishy silicone handles that also glow in the dark, and the tip glows in the dark, so that's fun.
Not you advertising.
Well, okay. And the other two we showed before were just like thrifted canes that we got for like a couple bucks at like our local thrift store and revamped. When it came to this wooden one, we did like sanding first to kind of take off the old finish that was on there. Oh yeah, we bought a new tip, but I don't think we actually put it on yet. We did buy a new tip.
This one, the pink one.
The pink one, we definitely did apply a new tip to.
Yeah, quite a few of these have had the rubber tip replaced. And those all came from, and I'll put this in the chat as well, but fashionablecanes.com is where I found all of these. My little pink cane has this little turquoise tip upon it. This one has a plain black tip. There's quite a few in the cart as well. But they come in lots of different sizes, so there's a decent chance of being able to find one.
Here's a cute kind of hot pink one. And yeah, you just have to like know the measurements of your stick to know how big to get it, but they have all types of sizes and colors. Because a lot of times
I was wondering, do those work for like tri-tip canes? Because that's what Charlie has.
Yeah, Fashionable Canes, the site might carry them. I personally haven't looked for them, but I know that they have a pretty wide variety of
I think that we
accessories
saw
there.
some. I think that we saw some that were specifically for the tri. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of times when you like thrift a cane, it'll have sort of a really like worn and old tip on it. Which it's nice to pop a new one on there, and I don't feel like they're too expensive. And they come in lots of fun colors. But this is another example of the holographic tape, the other one that we had here. We have sort of, this one's almost like holographic, like confetti. It's just like sort of different chunks of little rainbow reflecting zones. And this is also just like a drugstore cane that we put some tape on. And this is like really, it's like pretty simple. You just gotta kind of take some time to figure out what the angle that you need to wrap it around is. It's also easier on like specifically round like canes. Like we also did this to our forearm crutches, but they are oblong, like they're like an oblong oval shape. And it was a little bit, we did do it, but it was a little bit harder just because you have to plan out the angle like exactly right, or there's going to be gaps. And we kind of had to do like 2 sections where we did like one around and left a gap and then did another one around. Yeah, like a candy cane. So that one's a little harder to get right. Yeah, these big guys. This is a big mobility designed crutch, a platform crutch. And it has the same holographic sort of pixely lines as the first holographic cane that we showed. And it has a big black platform at the top. But yeah, it's sort of oblong. So planning that angle is like a little bit harder. But whenever you are doing it on sort of just a round cane, you can just kind of overlap it a little bit and go in like one continuous line. So that's cool. Oh, and we also, for these, just taped over the holes for the adjustment and then used like an X-Acto knife to cut out little holes in the tape so that it could continue to be adjustable. Because I personally wear different shoes and have to change how tall it is based on what I'm wearing.
Yeah, the hoop tape is pretty easy to cut, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, most hoop tape you'll find is often reflective or neon because it's meant for use on hula hoops that people use as, flow toys at your raves and music festivals and such.
Yeah.
So
it can be pretty loud.
eye-catching.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the chat if we do anything special to metal canes to get the paint to stick to them. And I don't think that we have these spray paints that we got. I think are specifically, it says that they are good for wood, metal, plastic, and more.
Yeah, I have definitely done.
I guess we did like light sanding on a few. Sorry.
Where's the chat?
There should be like a small little speech bubble with 3 lines in it icon. I'm not sure if you're on desktop or mobile. On desktop, it's in the bottom right-hand corner. Sorry. But yes, I have done a bit of light sanding on the metal canes, definitely on the wood ones, but nothing too intense, so I can't say if I was making much of a difference.
Yeah, we definitely did light sanding on the froggy cane. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, like a lot of times the spray paint that you get will say the type of surfaces that it's like meant to be used on. So checking to see if metal is in there is a good step.
We're still learning a lot about this process since we don't, we don't have too many canes to work with. We're not going to have an excessive amount more than we need when other people could also be picking them up at the thrift store where we're getting them. So that's especially another reason why we really encourage customs, because we want to be able to work on more things and get better and try new techniques out and work with y'all. And I saw somebody ask, do you have advice? Ooh, it's scrolling. Do you have advice for getting candy on something like a rollator? And I have not put anything on our rollator yet, but I do know that depending on the model you've got, we have one of the Carex ones that's got like the backrest bar that pops off with little buttons, and the handles have little like screws that you can unscrew. There's a little wheel on them. And I do think that if you were to detach either of those things and slide something on and then pop it back on, that would be a pretty easy way to do it.
I also, if you're just like making something for yourself that you don't mind either being permanent or cutting it off when you don't want it to be there, you can just like tie it directly onto various bars of the rollator, and just have it sort of be a fixture. Yeah, I don't know, so there can be various ways that the rollator could possibly allow you to like slip something on if you like took it apart. But if you're just making something for yourself, I feel like tying something just directly on there is like an easy way to just get a little decoration on there.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I like if you have like ribbon and you like ribbon or like kind of string maybe, you could like put some beads on the ribbon and then like tie it onto like the rollator, maybe like on the bars, and then like wrap it around and then tie it. Or like yeah,
And tie it
maybe
like
if
with
you like
butterfly.
want to make like a candy thing, you could like tie like put some of the beads on and then like tie it after that. I don't know.
If it's
Yeah.
ribbon, you could probably tie it like a bow so that you can untie it
Yeah.
again.
I feel like ribbon or string would be like easy. Like even if you have like kind of like a shoelace string, that could be helpful maybe.
Yeah, I definitely agree that, especially on a rollator, given the interesting shapes that they can often be, that using something that you can wrap around like string or ribbon is pretty valuable around those bends. That's awesome. I'd actually love to hear what anybody's working on. If anybody wants to share in the chat, I'd love to hear what y'all are working on.
I can show what I'm doing. I don't know if
Please.
people can hear me. I'm like sewing on top of my wrist splint. I was gonna glue it, but I think sewing is better because then I can glue stuff on the felt, and then also like if I get tired of it, I can just unstitch it. I
That's
just
so
wanted to
cool.
encourage me to wear it more because I'm supposed to wear it all the time, but it's uncomfortable, so I don't like it. But if it looks pretty, then maybe I'll be like, eh.
That's really cool. I need wrist braces for when I get really bad arthritis, but I don't have any right now. But that's like I never thought about customizing a wrist brace. I just thought about customizing like canes and stuff. So that's really cool.
I've
Yeah.
been using a Posca pen to draw on little fans I need. So that's been fun. Can't really see it. Yeah.
Also very cool.
Very fun.
Sorry.
Yeah, I work with like a lot of stickers on my cane, which I do make myself. I'm very proud of them. But I also do prosthetic leg covers. Like this one is meant to look like tree bark. And I'm working on one that is meant to look like stained glass.
That's
So
so
it would
cool.
look like a stained glass lamp from the outside because I can also make them light up, which I'm
That is
pretty
the
proud
coolest thing
of.
I've ever seen.
So that is what
That is so
That's
sick.
so cool.
Very cool.
Yes. Like this is absolutely what we love to see is everybody using whatever it is that you feel could use a little personalization, like going for it, despite any perceptions that things have to be industrial looking or plain. We don't need that if we don't want it. So
I disco tiled my rollator. I
whoa.
someone else do it on TikTok, and I was like, wow. But I have a drive, so it's like an awkward. It's not round bars; they're like almost rectangular. Oh no. And so it was kind of awkward, but I just painted in all the gaps with silver paint, so you can't really tell that the disco tiles don't all like meet up perfectly. I did that, and then I'm working on my wheels. That's gonna be what the finished product looks like a little bit of glitter, a little bit of color. Well, color actually, because they're maybe different neon color. Yeah, go big or go home. I said I glittered my cane too, and I said if I'm gonna, have these things, I'm gonna absolutely rock these things, and they're going to be like unhinged fashion statements.
This isn't a craft, but I've also been putting stroller toys on the bars of my rollator, so they're like fun dinosaurs happening. So that it would be another recommendation.
Charlie would absolutely love to do that. I know for a fact because I can see him shaking his head.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I've definitely seen like stroller bags and things recommended for wheelchair bags. So yeah, that similar size bar or handle. It's like really good. The disco rollator is fantastic. It seems like an exceptionally hard shaped surface to work with. I'm very impressed.
Those prosthetic covers are just like works of art. That's so cool.
Thank you. I love everybody else's things as well. The disco thing is so cool.
I thought that my decorative game was on point. I just slapped a bunch of gems on everything, on my insulin pump remote, on my CGM remote. But
Hello, Donna Bennett.
disco, and I'm wiling over that. And you made a whole bark leg with a light on it. I'm truly mind blown.
Thank you. I'm so excited for the stained glass one. It's obviously not done yet. I've been having some trouble with the LEDs, but I'm going for a very celestial theme. And I think when it
Now I'm like tempted to put stickers or something on my blood glucose monitor.
Yeah, I've been thinking something needs to be done to my inhaler myself, but I'm not sure what. True. Right? Yeah.
I'm working on my rollator, and I didn't do this today. Actually, it's hard to see. Sorry. Let me adjust this. I wrapped the bottom bar in like different colors of yarn.
Whoa.
So yeah, and it's just like wrapped and kind of knotted in place. And then I had some other I had a bunch of like tassels kind of on the upper part made out of like scrap fabric and also like cut up plastic bags, but then they got like annoying. They were kind of noisy, and so I took them off. The sensory stuff was like not working for me, and I had flowers on it, and I don't know, it felt like more, I don't know, it was like more of a femme vibe than I am feeling right now. And so now I'm cutting up this like kind of stripy fabric. I don't know if this is gonna, I haven't decided on this. This is like, I want to put something here. And then I also want to do some stuff. I've seen I want a cup holder for my rollator, but a lot of the ones I see sold are just like ugly hunks of plastic. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to make that look interesting and also not have to buy a hunk of plastic and figure out something I can make myself for that. So if anybody has any ideas about cup holders or other like bags and attachments, I would really love to hear that.
I think a bike cup holder would work for that maybe, because it's supposed to go on the actual bars of the bike that are rounded like that, but I'm not sure if it would work with the shape.
Yeah, I mean the bike water holder that I have, it screws into the frame. But there might be things that you could just zip tie.
I use a bike cup holder on mine. It's just tightening, the pressure holds it. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Hey,
And you could spray it and use Posca pens to decorate it too.
Yeah, that's a good. I could just decorate the hunk of plastic or metal to make it look cuter. Good ideas. Thanks.
Right?
Hey,
Some
Charlie.
hunks of plastic.
Would you like to show off anything that you are doing, or your cane or anything? I can talk for you if you want. I know everything.
I added stickers to my cane, and then I added this chain, and I'm gonna make a beaded chain for it.
Very cool. The coolest. Good job.
Love it.
This is so cool. Sorry, I'm just sitting here like absorbing it all. I was going to drop the link to our Discord server in the chat because I would love to keep talking with you all about all your ideas. I would love to see photos of y'all's progress and regular updates and to share ideas. We show off what we're working on in the Discord, and we also chat about things like music and games. It is an 18+ server just for the safety and comfort of everybody, given that we are both well over 25. I said that's not what I meant to say.
Well over.
Not that far over 25. But
Late 50s.
anyway.
But yeah, we have like a channel that is specifically for talking about mobility aid customization and ideas and stuff we're working on. And yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of just kind of hanging out with our little community of disabled queers, basically. So yeah, if you'd like to, you're welcome to join.
Because we had so much to talk about, we've only got 5 minutes left. And there's so much nuance to this topic, so much to think about in terms of functionality and practicality, but also just straight up fashion and then coordination. Like we love to match our chain necklaces and earrings to our wrist straps. There's a whole world of stuff to talk about and a whole world of inspiration to draw from, and a whole world of cool folks like you and like us that need to come together and talk.
Yeah, truly, like we started Sad Clown Club because we ourselves wanted cooler mobility aids and medical aids in general. Just like, you know, we're the type of people who are like really into fashion and aesthetics, and just like a lot of queers are. And so, you know, it was like, I have this ugly nothing cane. What am I gonna like? What am I gonna use this for? I need it to be a part of the fit, and then I will actually. That is truly what like really led to me being like fully comfortable like using mobility aids out in public and sort of like really owning it and making it your own and making it something that you are excited to be a part of how you're presenting yourself makes like such a massive difference. And it's truly what like gave me the confidence to, and you know, we had the fortune of both of us sort of being able to make each other more comfortable because it was like normalized, like we both have our things going on and we both need to use aids. But yeah, it's just like that's like what we're most passionate about, is just like, because a lot of people don't even like, people will tell us that like they never even considered decorating their mobility aids until they like found our Instagram or something. And it's truly, I just want to spread the good word of mobility aid decoration because it rules.
It's really cool that you like, it's really useful for me as his carry aide to know that he might be more inclined to use his aids if he does like have that creative outlet of decorating them and matching them to his outfits, because he's very into fashion. So it gives me like a little job to do of like, okay, I gotta buy him the craft supplies, and then I gotta have him do his little like each color of the rainbow and then black and white. So then he'll like, instead of, you know, going out and being like, oh, I don't need it this time, it's fine, I'll be fine. He's like, no, that's part of it. Like that's my little glittery thing that I need. So thank you.
Thank you. We love to hear it. We never get tired of hearing it. From the chat, August says, I'm crocheting some granny square covers for the seat on my walker and for my wheelchair armrest. I absolutely love that. I have never crocheted, and I respect everybody who can do it. And Archer asked, do you have any ideas for chairs? Depending on what sort of wheelchair you've got, there are different options, but I have seen our stick singles like these that we've got going on here, these little beaded decorations around the push handles. If you have those, if you've got a rigid back, you could stick stickers on there. If you've got more of the hospital model folding chair with the soft back, I've been wanting to experiment with like fabric covers that you can stick pins and stuff on, similar to the Ita bag concept, if you know about that. And also if you use a foot sling, like if you're using a hospital chair and you're removing the like detachable footrest and are putting a strap of fabric or something in that place, different types of belting. I've been wanting to use rainbow belting to try and make a foot strap for ours. But you can also use that to make a calf strap on either type of chair. First ideas.
Someone said, I've seen folks wrap or paint their wheel spokes. I've seen that too. That is really cool. And I've also seen, you know, a lot of folks will have like a cushion on their chair that like they'll make a cover for, or like sort of a back cover that has like pockets to like put things and you can like clip, you know, like buttons to or pins or whatever. If you know how to sew or do things like that.
Yeah.
I think
Ray
the
has
idea of wrapping with yarn was really good. The wrapping with the yarn to do the different colors, and if you use like hot glue on it, possibly as you put the yarn on, it should probably stay pretty sturdy if it is a foldable wheelchair. So rather than becoming a tangled mess.
I also saw someone earlier, it's gone now, but I saw someone earlier ask about getting sticker residue off of panes or rollators. I typically just use like rubbing alcohol to get like the sticky stuff from stickiness off.
Right. Yeah, we use thrifted canes, so there's often some sort of sticky label on there, either from the manufacturer or the thrift store.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming, Sam.
But yeah, is there any other questions you guys have for us about anything?
Type it in the chat. But Ita bags are big in, like, I'm putting it into the chat, sorry. Ita bags are big in like fans of anime, and I feel like I've seen it in fans of K-pop as well, but it's a bag that has a clear window on it and a panel that you can insert and remove and add pins onto it. Some of them have loops for keychains and stuff. And then you put it in your bag, and so it's displayed, but it's also protected by that clear window. So I wanted that to be
Ita bags are also really popular in like Harajuku sort of fashion styles, like Fairy K and stuff. A lot of Lolita sort of fashion people have Ita bags. I am under the impression of, because Charlie has informed me.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I am pretty influenced a lot by Fairy K and Decora fashion, as well as like old like raver fashion. These are all eras I've been through in my life. So you see various candy beads and color palettes and accessory styles influenced by that. But yeah, it is 8:03, so I reckon we will wrap it on up if people don't have any other last minute questions or anything. I love the Decora style wrist splint idea. I can't wait to see. Definitely, if you don't join our Discord, you can totally post these on Instagram and tag us. We always want to see what y'all are doing.
Yeah, thank you everyone for sharing. If you shared what you were working on, it was all very cool. We love to see it.
Thank you guys for hosting this, because it's actually the first thing me and him have been to, so it's cool to have like a community and stuff.
Yeah, thank you for coming, everyone.
Yeah, we hope to see you around the rest of Sad Fair, maybe see you around our inbox, chatting us up about some cool ideas. And yeah, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you for sharing what you are working on. It's always so, so great to see. And that'll do for today. Bye, everybody.